Where does consciousness go after death? This is humans have been asking the ultimate question for thousands of years. The ancient Egyptians believed the soul will sail to immortality on a solar ship. Buddhists say consciousness may be reborn in reincarnation. In science fiction movies, consciousness can even be uploaded to the cloud. Death is like the most mysterious frontier in the universe, and consciousness, the wonderful being that makes us feel that I am who I am. Where are you going at this moment? Today we will look at it from a scientific perspective, combined physics, neuroscience, quantum theory, even philosophical and cultural reflections. Take you to explore this mystery. Consciousness is a product of the brain, or some mysterious code of the universe? Is death the end or some kind of continuation? Fasten your seatbelt. Let's embark on this journey together. The journey of science and imagination to figure out where the consciousness went. We have to figure out what consciousness is. And the simple answer is this. Consciousness is the ability to perceive the world. Thinking and feeling me is my ability. He let you know alone. How satisfying is it to eat a bowl of hot ramen noodles? Or while watching this video, countless questions popping up in my head. Scientists believe that consciousness is the 100 billion nerve cells in the brain. The result of collaborative work. Each nerve cell acts like a tiny computer, and they communicate with each other through electrical and chemical signals. Weave out your thoughts, memory, and emotion. For example, a study in Nature Neuroscience in 2023 found that consciousness may be associated with specific changes in the cerebral cortex. The synchronous discharge of the region is related like a musical instrument in an orchestra. The ensemble played a symphony. But when people die, the heart stops pumping. Blood-brain hypoxia, nerve cells gradually stop working. Research shows that after clinical death, brain activity usually occurs within seconds to minutes vanish completely. For example, a study published in the journal Nature in 2023, the brain hair of ice-dead patients was observed. Now, those who see light or souls unsheathed experience ice death. Maybe it's just when the brain is deprived of oxygen. The resulting neural signal is confused like the last flash before the computer freezes. So the dominant view in neuroscience is consciousness is a product of the brain. The brain shuts down after death. Consciousness also seems to go out like a light bulb, vanish completely. But that's only half the story. Science goes beyond that. Crazier guess. Let's move on. Many people have heard of near-death experiences. Some people say they see dazzling white light. Someone feels like they float out of their body. Even the sight of loved ones or paradise. These experiences are evidence that consciousness has left the body. Or is it the brain's last fireworks show? Let's see what science says about 2023 a study conducted by the University of Michigan. 4 deceased patients were monitored with EEG after finding them in cardiac arrest. Certain areas of the brain suddenly erupt intense gamma wave activity. This brainwave, usually associated with heightened wakefulness and memory processing, researchers speculate. This could be the source of near-death experiences before the brain runs out of oxygen. Trying to salvage memory and perception, create an illusion-like experience. For example, a patient recalls he was dying, and I saw myself in the operating room. The details are amazingly accurate. Is it true that consciousness has left the body? Scientists are more inclined to believe that this is the brain result of reorganizing memory in extreme states, like a surreal version of a dream. But some researchers have also raised questions if consciousness were a product entirely of the brain. Why are there some near-death experiences? It contains information that the patient couldn't possibly know. This is a question that science has yet to fully answer. Philosophers have something to say about this as well. In the 17th century, Descartes believed that the consciousness or soul may be independent of the body. Death is just the end of the body, and consciousness may travel to another dimension. Now, philosophers propose the possibility of immaterial consciousness. Consciousness may not be a direct product of the brain, but some more fundamental cosmic property. This makes us think. The latest conjectures in quantum physics, so we talk about quantum physics. things get more science fiction. Some scientists propose that consciousness, it may be related to microscopic phenomena in the quantum world. One of the most famous theories, it's Roger Penrose and Stuart Hameroff's theory of quantum consciousness. They believe that consciousness may originate from nerve cells' quantum vibrations in microtubules. These microtubules are the skeleton of the cell. It is possible to process information at the quantum level. That sounds like a cool theory, but it's not yet widely accepted. Critics say it's too noisy. Quantum effects are difficult to stabilize enough to affect consciousness, but a paper in the 2024 Physical Review found that, in some biological systems, there may be quantum coherence. This provides indirect support for the theory of quantum consciousness. Crazier. Guess is, if consciousness has a quantum component, will it happen after death? Spread out into the universe in some form, such as quantum entanglement. It may allow information to exist in a non-local manner. It's like your conscious data, stored in the clouds of the universe. Although this is just a theoretical conjecture, but it reminds people of the holographic universe proposed by cosmologists. Maybe. The universe is a vast information network. Consciousness is just one small piece of code. Information theory also brings new perspectives. Some scientists believe that consciousness is essentially a pattern of information. If we could back up the information patterns of the brain, consciousness may exist in digital form in 2025. Elon Musk's Neuralink project. Complex nerves have been extracted in animal experiments. Signal may achieve consciousness upload in the future. Imagine that. Your consciousness. It's stored in a supercomputer, or run it on a server on another planet. It's like a black mirror becomes reality. Beyond science, humans have never stopped thinking about the destination of consciousness. The ancient Egyptians believed, after death, the soul will be judged qualified to enter immortality. Buddhism believes that it also continues through reincarnation. Enter the next life with cause and effect. Christianity describes the ascent of the soul, although there is no scientific evidence for these beliefs, but they reflect the human interest in the universal desire for death. Hopefully, consciousness will continue in some form. Modern philosophy is also exploring the nature of consciousness. For example, pan-novelism holds that consciousness may be a fundamental property of the universe, as universal as mass or energy. In 2025, the philosopher Philip Gove proposed consciousness may exist in all matter, just different levels of complexity. Your consciousness, it could be a fragment of cosmic consciousness. Death is just a return to a greater whole. It's a fantastic idea, but he has nothing to do with quantum physics, and that's exactly what information theory is suggesting. Perhaps consciousness is never isolated. It's part of the story of the universe. Future science may provide us with more answers. Advances in quantum computing. For example, China's Zhuochang No. 3, the world record to be broken in 2025, may help us simulate the complex networks of the brain, even decoding the metacode of consciousness, brain-computer. Interface technology, like Neuralink, might allow us to back up our consciousness to the digital world. More interesting thing, if we find consciousness relating to quantum fields or cosmic information networks, death may simply be a change in the form of consciousness rather than the end, but it also raises ethical questions. Is the digital you still you? If consciousness could be uploaded to the cloud, we will become immortal data or dehumanized? Exploring the mysteries of consciousness, it's not just a scientific challenge, it's a redefinition of who we are. Where does consciousness go after death? Science tells us that consciousness may disappear as the brain stops, but quantum theory, information theory, and philosophy, it opens up countless spaces for imagination. Perhaps death is the end. Maybe it's just another beginning. What do you think? Is to believe that consciousness will disappear completely, or do you expect him to be, in some form, circulate in the universe? Share your thoughts in the comments section. If there are any other scientific mysteries we'd like to explore. Also, welcome to leave a message. Thank you for joining this scientific journey to the stars. If you like this video, don't forget to like and follow. Join us as we continue to unlock the mysteries of the universe. See you next time.